You see the cards? Yes. Yeah, good.
This is Lennart Green, or simply Lennart Green, one of the best close-up magicians of all time. What makes him unique is that when he performs, he not only gives you an amazing performance, on top of that, he's also funny.
Another person, another card. 7 of diamonds, perfect, my favorite. Yeah, 7 of diamonds. So I will do it quick, very quick, but in slow motion so you can follow.
He mixes comedy into his act, so it's not only a magic show, it's like he's telling jokes through magic. Yeah! So I think it's very safe to say that he's the best magician in the field of comedy, and he's also the best comedian in the field of magic. And unlike a lot of magicians out there who use a lot of props and gimmicks and rely on, stage effect, he's just one man with a deck of cards. And this is very interesting. He made his mark in the field of magic in a very unique way. Story happens in 1988. That year, FISM was held in The Hague, Netherlands. So really quick here, FISM is like the Olympics for magicians, and it happens, this is really weird. It doesn't happen like every 4 years. It happens on the every fourth year.
What?
Okay, so it goes from, for example, 1990, 1991, 1992, 1993. So, from 1990 to 1993, it seems like 3 years, but they hold it on the fourth year, every fourth year, if it makes any sense. So it seems like 3, but then it's really 4. So I know it's really confusing, but that's how they do it. So that year, FISM, the FISM of magic, was held in the Netherlands, like I said. And when it was Lennart Green's turn to perform, he went up there and he did his thing, he did his routine, and his magic was so good that the judges thought that he had hired stooges to shuffle the cards. So that's how he got disqualified. So he mistakenly got disqualified because he was so good. So the next FISM in 1991, he performed the exact same act. And this time he's like, nah. This time, no, all y'all judges come here. I'm gonna do the tricks in front of y'all. Y'all shuffle the freaking cards. And then that fooled them right there. They couldn't say anything. He shut them up, right? And then they just had to give him first place. And that's what Wikipedia is telling all of us. It's not what I've heard. For those of you who have been following me for a long time, you know that I started with magic on this channel. In fact, I still do a few tricks here and there and perform in front of people, but not as much. And many, many years ago, probably more than a decade, in a local magic shop from a pretty reliable source, the person said, Lennart Green had always been like a surgeon. So he had really delicate touches, like with his hands, right? Because imagine this. If he screws up, someone might die on the table. From that, he was able to develop a bunch of techniques that weren't on the Bible of close-up magic. I mean, if you want to become good at card magic, this is the only book you need. That's why Lennart Green is so different. All of his signature moves are non-existent in that book. Everything is his own. And that's so rare. So I don't know which one is true, the urban legend or the wiki. And let's be honest here, nobody has magical powers like Harry Potter. We can't just wave a wand and blah, 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 blah. We can't do that shit. So when you watch Lennart Green perform his signature magic, he has a few tricks here and there that you go, haha, but he does them on purpose. They're gags. He's not a pure magician in that sense. Like, he mixes comedy into magic. So he's a in terms of students, I think everybody in the magic world is considered to be a student, because we've all bought things from him, his DVDs, his lectures, his online lectures. And the number one technique that we always go for is his well, I can't tell you the name of that move, but essentially the card shoots out from the deck and lands in your other hand in a really fast speed. And you can do a lot of things with it. Like, for example, this is a variation of it. Like that right there. But a very famous disciple, I would say, is Takumi Takahashi, I hope I'm saying that correctly, who was featured on Asians Got Talent. and he's mostly known for having an act that's almost identical to his teachers. And I can't wait to see more from him. And when FISM was held in Beijing one year, I was so fortunate enough to be living in the same hotel as the magicians. And one day I'm having my breakfast, right? I'm having like soup or congee or some shit like that, I don't know. And then I see him right there. I'm like, shit, that's Lennart Green. So I stand up, I walk up to him. I'm like, can I, take a picture? And then he goes, yes, just wait. And I took a photo and that was that. And I'm gonna end this video right here. And I guess Lennart Green has taught me to not give up and also look for shortcuts. That's very important. He mentions that in his TED Talk. Look for shortcuts. Underneath his jokes, there are a lot of truths and life lessons that you should take in. And this is one of them. Look for shortcuts, and maybe him inventing these techniques are just him saying, shit, the original techniques are really fucking hard. Let's just do it my own way. Fearless.